India. Climate. India. The climate is the average weather condition which has been measured over many years. Due to its vast extent, India experiences a variety of climate, from a hot and humid equatorial climate to cold and dry tundra climate. All the places of North and Central India experience a continental type of climate. The coastal areas of India experience equable type of climate as the variation in the range of temperature is very low. However, the climate of India has broadly been described as monsoon type. Due to India's location in the tropical region, most of the rain is brought by monsoon winds. Good monsoon in India means adequate rain and good harvest. Factors affecting climate. Latitude. As India is located roughly between 8° 4' north and 37° 6' north latitudes, it gives India a tropical and subtropical climate. The climate is hot depending on the distance from the equator. Altitude. As we move up higher from the surface, we feel colder. The temperature falls at the rate of 1° Celsius for every 165 meters. This effect is felt in the mountains and plateaus. This explains why plains experience great heat in summers and Himalayas are much cooler. Distance from the sea. The sea has a cooling effect over coastal areas. They have a moderating effect, which means that the areas close to sea do not experience a large variation in temperature. It explains why Kerala experiences less variation in temperature than Delhi does. Winds. If there is a difference in atmospheric pressure between two regions, air moves from region of higher pressure to the region of lower pressure. This movement of air is called wind. A constant cool wind makes the climate cooler, and a hot wind makes it warmer. Mountains. In India, the Himalayan mountain acts as a climatic barrier. It stands as a barrier against the cold winds from northern Asia. They also force monsoon winds to shed their moisture within the country. Without this barrier, the monsoon winds would have blown into Central Asia, and the northern part of India would have remained dry. Weather. Weather is the day-to-day changes in the atmosphere. It includes changes in temperature, winds, sunshine, precipitation, etc. These elements determine the weather you experience. The condition of weather is also determined by relief, oceans, mountains, and air currents. These factors also determine what we wear or what we eat or drink. When it is hot continuously for several days, we do not require woolen clothing. This is why people in South India hardly use woolen clothes. During winters in northern India, we feel cold even after wearing woolen clothes due to windy and chilly weather conditions. Seasons. The climate of India can be described in terms of an annual cycle of seasons. The 4 distinct seasons follow a set pattern. The 4 main seasons can be described in the main categories, which are winter. During the winter season, the sun rays do not fall directly in the region and the winds blow from land to sea. In general, the temperature decreases from south to north. In the northernmost part of the country, the minimum temperature may reach even below 0° Celsius. Rainfall over the entire subcontinent during this season is moderate to scanty as the land gets cooled, forming a high-pressure system. In India, winter begins in December and lasts till February. Summer. As the sun rays fall on the equator in the 3rd week of March, heat starts reaching the northern hemisphere. In India, summer is characterized by hot and dry weather. Summer comes to southern states first. The maximum temperature may even rise to above 45° Celsius in North and Northwest India during the month of May. There is no respite from the heat as there are no regular showers. The hot and dusty winds called Lu sometimes increase the temperature by 2 or 3 degrees. Thus, in India, summers begin in March and continue up to May. Rainy season. By April-May, the heat becomes intense in North India to form a distinct low-pressure area. This starts attracting winds from the high-pressure zones over the Indian Ocean to move towards India as monsoon winds. These winds are moisture-laden and cause heavy rainfall in India. This season of heavy rainfall is also called monsoon, and most of India receives rainfall during this season. The rainy season in India begins in the month of June and lasts till September. Autumn, retreating monsoons. The monsoon starts retreating from India in the month of October. During this time, the sun's direct rays are back on the equator and the Indian peninsula starts to cool down again as the sun starts to move away from the Tropic of Cancer. In the early parts of October, the heat remains oppressive as the ground is still moist and the sky remains clear, making the weather uncomfortable. It is known as October heat. The retreating monsoons bring rainfall to coastal Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. The rains are often accompanied by strong winds.